Good morning, Willowbrook. My name is Tanya Adams, and I'm the WB Kids assistant here at the Madison campus. So I will be the first to admit that language, talking to people, speaking, that's not really my strong suit. But okay, if you're like 12 and under, I'm pretty good talking to you. But if, as I tell my kids, if a big person were to walk in the room, I would get super nervous. I'd get nauseous, sick to my stomach. I'd stutter. My voice gets all high and cracky like I'm about to cry, because I am, and it's just a big mess. But language is super important. Like, it's the basis of a culture. It's how we communicate. It's how we build relationships. And we see how effective language is when we go back to the book of Genesis and we read about the Tower of Babel and how all those people were speaking the same language and they came together to build this tower. But they started getting arrogant, they started getting prideful, exalting themselves, and God confused their language. And when he did that, they divided, they kind of separated, they weren't able to finish the job. My mind went back to that story and thought about that as I was reading our section for today. And our section for today is Acts chapter 2, verses 5 through 12. In the previous verses, we see how the disciples were filled with the Holy Spirit. And now there's this miracle of them being able to speak in different languages. They were all Galileans, but they were able to speak the various languages from all these people from multiple different places and share the wonders of God with them. So back in the Tower of Babel, God divided them by using language, and here we see God using language to bring people together to hear the gospel. So the disciples had this miracle worked among them when all they were doing was following the Holy Spirit and obeying God by telling people about him and sharing the gospel to all people. And if we are a follower of Jesus, that's our job too. We should be sharing the wonders of God with everyone that God puts in our path. And when we do that, he's going to work wonders among us too. The biggest being the miracle of salvation, the Holy Spirit guiding somebody from darkness and bringing them into the light, and doing so graciously by using our words, by using our language. How humbling is that? And speaking of language, how appropriate that when we read in the last book of the Bible, in Revelation, we read that all of us who have been changed by the gospel will one day be before the throne of the Lamb, along with people from every tribe, from every nation, and from every language. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you next time.